Next, Tucker Carlson talks about Canada's MAID program, the killing of Canadian citizens for any disorder, mental, depression, etc.
That's the truth. The MAID program, which nobody wants to talk about, because nobody, and again, this is not an attack, it's a compliment. People here, I'm from a very similar culture, don't want to talk about things that make other people uncomfortable. So it really is a Christmas dinner among the Episcopalians, where there's a lot of sort of semi-drunk sullen silentness. You know what I mean? As people kind of secretly resent each other, but no one can say anything about it. Apparently, at some point someone get drunk enough just to say, I hate you. Everyone puts their heads down again. The government of Canada is killing Canadians, and not just a few, and not just the terminally ill. Over 50,000. So for 50,000. Any organization that kills 50,000 people is a genocidal organization. Period. And I don't care how you dress it up. That's just a fact. That's like a bottom line on a chart. How many people have you killed? Oh, 50,000. Oh, you're not in the good guy category. Sorry, we can't. We're going to bring you up at The Hague, actually, where you should be. And now, under consideration, apparently next month, is a plan to expand the MAID program, the systematic killing of Canadians, not all of whom are terminally ill, many of whom are just sad, because Canadian society has made them sad.
Okay, so I gathered some photos and information about MAID. Here you have a meme. That'll be $58,000 in the US for your medical. In Britain, I can help you in 38 months. And in Canada, kill yourself. CBC here, the Communist Broadcasting Corporation of Canada, medically assisted deaths could save millions in healthcare. Think about the money. And here's a government website, actually it says Queensland, eligibility criteria for voluntary assisted dying. And number one is have an eligible disease, illness, or medical condition. And so in Canada, having any mental illness can be depression. It can just be you're not happy. Kind of like Tucker says, you're sad. There's just, doctors will just write you it, it's just like COVIDism. It's like, we're not going to give you what you want. We're not going to give you this word, which is illegal to say on CensorTube, even though it's won the Nobel Prize for one of the best medicines over the past 40 years in humans. And number two, have decision-making capacity. So whatever qualification you got to meet to, I can make a decision. I say I want this, and that's good enough probably. And be acting voluntarily and without coercion. Oh, how ironic, considering the whole COVIDism coercion. The coercion is up the yang. And, number five, meet residency and citizenship requirements. You got to be Canadian, and in this one, be at least 18 years old, right? So, not the toughest criteria to meet, especially when whoever's writing you the prescription is getting paid for it as well, right?
Mark Holland, the health minister, he shouldn't be a minister for anything, let alone health.
About MAID, with the March deadline coming up, how close are you to decide whether to expand to include mental health or to postpone further?
Well, we really appreciate the work of the joint committee, that its findings are going to be reported next week. I think it's appropriate that we wait to see the conclusions of that committee's work. But let me be clear, in talking with health ministers across the country, there have been concerns about readiness. There is no question in my mind that equivalency exists between physical and mental suffering, but by the same token, we have to make sure our system is ready. So I'll be looking forward to next week the report that will come from the joint committee on that question, and we'll be obviously needing to take action immediately thereafter.
And of course, jumping back to my previous video about Tucker talking about the fentanyl crisis in Canada and how the government is writing prescriptions. Nurse practitioners or doctors can write you prescriptions for all the opioids because you're already an addict, or if you want to become an addict. Whew. This is Irnieracing, guys.
And now, under consideration, apparently next month, is a plan to expand the MAID program, the systematic killing of Canadians, not all of whom are terminally ill, many of whom are just sad, because Canadian society has made them sad.
Anyways, guys, This is Marcel Irnie Racing talking about the MAID program with Tucker Carlson. Stay tuned for the next episode. Have a good one. Cheers.